team at Dashboard Innovations. This is our 6th year in operation, started in 2016. When I left the agency I was working with. So far, I can say we've done over 100 campaigns, locally and international. And also, we consult for different PR agencies in Nigeria, and we consult for a PR agency in Paris also. We have done vast campaigns in different sectors, from oil and gas to real estate, to FMCG, to service, to recruitment, to health. So I mean, what I'm going to be doing today is giving you some tips and also sharing case studies of some of the things we've done, so you can learn from some of our mistakes and some of our success also. That's basically what we will be doing today. Today we'll be talking about digital marketing and how you can harness the power of digital marketing for engagement and customer acquisition. One thing I like to do during my training is to make it very interactive and engaging. And this is because I'm sure everyone here has a social media account, or you are in one social media platform or another. Even if you are not on any social media platform, you have WhatsApp on your phone anyways. So when we are talking about digital, we are not just focused on social media alone. So you have opinion, I have an opinion based on things I have done with different brands, and I think it's best we interact. You know, you have your ideas, you have opinion, share. I also have my own based on experience, and I share with you. So let's make it as interactive as possible, so that we can get the benefit. The truth of the matter is, the digital space keeps evolving, keeps changing, keeps growing. New technology keeps coming out. Now we are talking about AI, we're talking about metaverse. It keeps evolving that way. So there is no one person that can say he understands everything totally. You know, we keep learning every day. But because of my experience and things that I've done and brands that I've worked with, I think I can share some bit of insights to how you can use digital marketing for customer acquisition and acquisition. So we're going to be looking at the power of digital marketing. We're also going to look at some tools that you can use to help your brand on the digital space. We are going to look at the disruptive consumer, because right now the consumers on digital are disruptive. I'm sure before we didn't think TikTok was going to come and make a huge impact, because we already have Instagram. But right now TikTok is making a huge impact because consumer interests, the way people create content and all that is changing now. So people are looking for new platforms, people are looking for new ways to promote their brand and also reach and engage target audience. We're also going to look at some strategies on how you can acquire consumers, get new leads, and also how you can nurture those leads and make them evangelists to your brand. And when I mean evangelists, these are people that would keep talking and keep promoting your brand even when you're not there. But I mean, for that to happen, there need to be some bit of experience they must have had with your brand. So those are some of the things we'll be talking about today. I would also share a case study of someone we all know is in the entertainment industry, and the things that I feel he has done to still stay relevant up to today. And that's going to be interesting because I mean, I would like you guys to share your opinion. So this is how it's going to go. I'm not going to be talking alone. If anytime you have something to say or an idea or something you want to share, please just call. I'll give you the mic. We'll talk about it and we'll make it go like that. So I have a concern. The presentation I have done, I know I have 1 hour. So I'm just going to touch on it. And this is because I'm very passionate about the digital media space, so I can keep going and on, and so we might not be able to even finish the slides, but don't worry, I'll tell you. Make it functional. Make it functional. Okay, great. Great. Yes. So, let's just get right into things. Today, I've broken down the session into 5 modules, right? We're going to be looking at the power of digital marketing. Who is a disruptive consumer and what do they want from your brand? How do you acquire, or the strategies you use to acquire the disruptive consumer? You're a disruptive consumer. I mean, also a disruptive consumer. How to engage disruptive consumer, and in 2023 digital marketing tools to everyone. Now, why do I call them disruptive consumers? It's difficult, right, for people to get satisfied. I mean, it's difficult. You see people, there was Snapchat, doing very well. Then Instagram stories and Instagram live came, and people just moved. Then TikTok came, and everybody's trying to get into TikTok and see what's happening with TikTok. Now people are doing skits. Everybody's trying to do skits also. I mean, so we just keep moving. We just keep evolving, right? Now, as consumers keep evolving, I think brands also should also keep evolving. There was a time when we wake up and in the day we sit in front of our TV by 4 p.m. waiting for the television stations to start, right? You see all those colors, and we sit waiting. 4 o'clock, we see NTA come up, and we are excited. Now we have moved from that. We have cable TV. Now people don't even watch TV anymore. They watch TV on their phones. People watch Netflix, Prime Videos. Consumers just keep wanting more. They want more. And as that happens, as new platforms keep coming up, and that's why the tech guys keep innovating, keep creating new things, just so that things keep evolving and brands keep using these platforms to engage. Now brands are buying properties at the metaverse. They are doing things on metaverse. I mean, things are just changing. So this is why I call, people online the disruptive consumers, because while we are with one, we are trying to learn new things, we are trying to get new things, we are trying to use new platforms just to better who we are. But before I go into that, let me just throw this out. Now, I'm sure we all know Portable. Yes. Just in 2021, November, December 2021, we had Zazu. This guy came on board and everybody just started singing Zazu, right? This was December 2021. And at that time, I don't even think he had up to 200,000 followers, right? Now, as at December, this guy has 1.3 million followers on his Instagram. Now, guess what? We all know Johnny Drew. We know Young John, and we also know Ladipo, right? And these guys have been in existence before this guy. People know these guys before Portable, right? But Portable has more followers. He has more engagement on his Instagram page than these guys. So I started thinking, how was this guy able to do it? And I realized that, one, this guy creates content on the go, and he doesn't even care if the content are professionally made or not. They just create it. You will see him driving his Range Rover, and he will just do live video, right? And it's online, and people are engaging with it, right? And he keeps doing that every time. For every show he goes, there's something to talk about this guy, and it's always on the media. Now, he's consistent with that, and he has continued doing that, and that has been what has gotten him the attention. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. To be honest, when this guy's song came out, I didn't listen to it, but it was just popping up on my timeline every time. Man, who is this guy? So I listened to Zazu once. And during that period, everybody was saying, Zazu said, Zazu said. Now, last December, he came up with Wahala, 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 Wahala. Now everybody say Wahala, 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 Wahala. So he keeps inventing himself. It might not be the way you should do it, right? I think everybody has their own audience and their own target market. He has carved a need for himself. His target market are the street boys, the low, the mass media, the mass guys, and all that. And he's doing very fine. That's why he will do a show in Agege, he will do a show in Songo, and everybody is popping, right? He has carved a niche for himself, and he has remained consistent with the content he creates to feed those guys. And this is what has gotten him the attention, and even creating more engagement for him online. And whether you like it or not, everyone here has seen Zazu on their page one way or the other. And we have people like that have remained consistent, keep creating content, and has gotten the attention of people. Even brands, SME brands, they keep creating content, remain consistent with it, and get the attention. So this is all we are just going to be discussing today. We're going to be discussing all about content, consistency, attention. And we also talk about some service. Let's go on. Yeah. So, now, digital, when I just want you guys to just free yourself a bit. When I say digital marketing, I am not talking about social media. Please, let's just move. So, because, I mean, I've had conversation with people, and anytime you hear digital marketing, they keep talking about social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. It's wide. It's more than that, please. It's more than that. Let's remove ourselves from that stereotype of digital marketing, social media. Social media is an aspect of digital marketing, right? We have search marketing. We have PPC, pay per click. We have mobile marketing. We have email marketing. We have content marketing. Yes, there's a lot. There's a lot. So I'm not just going to be sticking with social media. I will be going everywhere, right? Yes, we will talk about social media, but that is not what I'm going to focus on today, even though we're going to touch it. So I'll talk about SEO, we'll talk about content, we'll talk about email, I'll share some examples, we'll talk about search engine marketing, we'll talk about Google display, we'll talk about all those things, right? Just so that you know how to use these things also for your brand. And I think every brand, even if you don't want to use Google AdWords, pay-per-click and all that, at least you search. At least let your platform be optimized for search. And I'm going to tell you why. Let's move on. So, first, let me just do a brief, definition of digital marketing. Digital marketing is a powerful tool for business of all sizes. All sizes. You're a big business, you're a small business. Digital marketing is a powerful tool you can use. It allows you to reach a wider audience than traditional marketing. Now, how does this work? If you are doing newspaper adverts, every newspaper per day has a circulation amount that you do every day. Your marketing or your advert will not be more than that circulation, right? Now for TV, same thing. Radio, same thing. Yeah, you get wider audience, but for digital marketing, you can even reach someone who is not even in the country and sell your products. So you can be in Nigeria here selling a shoe, and someone in the UK sees your brand and just patronize you. I mean, 360 Nord in Paris didn't know me from anywhere. The agency I work with in Paris, they didn't know me from anywhere. I mean, they just saw our website and they got in touch with me. So I did a job for someone, and the person happened to be a friend to someone in 36 Nord, and he just went online and said, okay, Dashboard Innovations, okay, where are they? And he went online to check Dashboard Innovations, saw my website, checked it, and the guy gave me a call. And I've done different projects with them for Paris. So that's how wide digital marketing can go. Now, if you notice, I didn't put an advert on Facebook, on Instagram and all that. what helped me was my SEO. Because if you type dashboard innovations, my website will come up. Do you understand? So, I mean, I'm sorry, but my Instagram page is really not that great. Sorry. But I build Instagram page for people. So I focus on other parts of digital marketing. Anyways, let's move on. So it allows you to widen audience traditional marketing method and can be cost effective, efficient, and measurable. It simply means for your website, if you have a website, you can know how many people click your website today, what they are interested in, and you can keep creating content to bring those people back into your website. If you do a campaign, you can know how many people, if you do an advert, you can know how many people like your advert, how many people saw your advert, how many people shared your advert, and with that, you can know how many people you have actually, saw an impression, or how many impressions you've gotten from that advert. It's also cost effective because, take a look at it, if you want to do an advert on TV, I'm sure you know how much you're going to spend. If you want to do on radio also, because you have to be playing the jingle and you have to pay per slots on radio, right? Now for digital, you can just do a sponsored advert on Facebook, on Instagram, target different people, and you get where you want your ad to get to. You can also streamline who you want to see your adverts. Give an example. You're selling a female shoe, right? And you put your adverts on TV. Now, I know there are shows on TV that are dedicated to women, but you can't stop me from watching those shows too, right? I'll see on my TV, okay, this is a women's show, but I want to watch it, right? But for digital, I can put an advert and say only women, and I won't see it. I won't see it. It's just going to go straight to those that I've targeted to see my advert. You understand, right? So it's measurable, it's cost effective, and it's also efficient. Now, some of the benefits, as I said, greater reach. You can reach more people with digital media, digital marketing, targeted advertising. You can target people. Now, I did an advert, a campaign for a real estate company, and they sell it in Abuja, and they sell a piece of land for $70,000, a plot of land for $70,000, right? And they were asking me, do you think our audience can digital media? Do you think they are online? No, let's just put advert on the newspaper job. And yes, they did. They actually did adverts on newspaper, but that didn't convert really. And they spent a lot of money. So I said, no, try me for 1 month. Just try us for 1 month. And so what are you going to do? It's simple. I'll do search engine marketing. There are people abroad who want to invest in real estate in Nigeria, right? They want to buy a house in Nigeria, but they don't see our newspaper that you have put the advert in, right? I know the advert on the newspaper will go to the MDs and the top execs and all that, yeah, but you have just limited your reach. But there are people abroad who want to invest in real estate that are Nigerians, and they go on where? They go on Google, and they go and search, investing in real estate in Nigeria. So what I did was to use several keywords that I know these people check, because there's a way you can check the keyword on Google Ads, Google AdWords. And I did these are high traffic keywords from these guys, and I use those keywords to set up a search engine marketing for them. Now, what do I do next? On their website, I created a landing page where once you search luxury living in Nigeria or luxury homes in Nigeria, invest in several keywords. I'm going to show you how to do that, right? The ad came up. Once they search, the ad came up. And once they click, it took them to the form. And they saw everything and they filled the form. Now, for you to fill that form, it means you are showing interest. And you want to know more about this property, right? So they got the form, they got the details back end, and the marketer closed the deal. And they sold in 1 month, they sold 2 properties for $70,000. And we did another one for them, and we're still in a relationship with them. So these are some of the things digital marketing will do. But a lot of people don't know about this. You wouldn't know. And their thinking is just social media, we do social media and all that. But you can do display ads. So what I also did was some display ads on top news websites in Nigeria. So I reporters, Punch, and all that, using Google AdWords, right? And once you click on it, it takes you back also to that landing page. So I mean, we'll talk about that. Now, measurable results. Why it is important? One of the things that make digital marketing key is the fact that you can measure. Once you do a campaign, you can measure how many people have seen this campaign, who likes it, how many people shared it, who does not like it. What is the sentiment? What are people saying about it? Is it positive? Is it negative? Right? And with that, you can use it to make informed marketing decision, right? For your next campaign. Do you understand? Lower costs and increase the engagement. These are some of the things that makes digital marketing very key. Now, an evangelist at Google says digital marketing is about being found by the people who are looking for what you offer when they need it. Take for example, and this has happened at the point I wanted to buy a hoodie, right? And I actually don't have any vendor in mind because I don't know anyone who does hoodie. And I went on Instagram, right? And I typed hoodie Ninja. I saw a lot of, and I was confused because checking these things one after the other was a problem. So I went on Google and I typed buy hoodie in Nigeria. And very interesting. Jumia came up, definitely. Konga came up. Then Gigi came up. Now, because I know Jumia, Konga, so Gigi. And if you know Gigi, you know that Gigi, anyone can register on Gigi. You can put your product on Gigi, and someone who wants to buy will come and meet you, right? And I checked on it, and I saw a lot of people, and I contacted someone, and I made the purchase. I didn't make the purchase on Jumia and Konga, not because I can't, but I just have my reservation. It's quality, right? But I went on Gigi, I saw the person, and I was able to make that purchase. Now, if that person hasn't put his business on Gigi, I won't see the person. Now, it would have been better if I got to see someone who has a Google My Business page, so that when I type hoodies in Nigeria or I want to buy a hoodie, the Google My Business page for that business can come up, and I can check. I don't know. Do you know Google My Business? Does anyone know Google My Business? Yes. It can come up, and I can see the number, put my own comments, but this is what makes you use digital marketing to drive sales and engagement. Everything. So some people, once they open an Instagram account, and they believe that's the end. I have an Instagram account. I started my business. I have an Instagram business. Very, very important. Don't get me wrong. But use other platforms to support that Instagram account so that you can be highly reachable when people are searching. And this is because we have disruptive consumers these days. They want to weigh their options before they make a decision, right? So it's important we do that. Now, who are these people that will need to look for you to patronize your product? These are the disruptive consumers. You and I, we are disruptive consumers. And you know why? Because once we see something, we like it, we want to go and know about it. Who have used this phone? What are they saying about this phone? Let me give you an instance. I went to pitch for a baby diaper product. They just came into Nigeria some time a while ago, and I went to pitch. And because it's baby diaper, right? It's baby diaper. Who are those that use baby diapers? Babies. And the brand manager said, this was a while ago anyways, not now anyways, said their target audience, I don't think they're online, we don't need it. And I said, no problem. So what I did was went on Ireland and I typed the name of the baby diaper, and I saw a lot of negative comments about that. And I'm like, okay, I thought you said your target audience are not online. So I did another presentation and sent to them, and they called me back. I said, oh, how did they get this? I said, it's Ireland, let's go on Ireland. And they typed it in, and they saw everything. A lot of people were complaining about it. A lot of women were complaining about the diaper. And I didn't get the job anyways, but what I was able to show them was the fact that if you think people are not searching for you, or your target market or your target audience are not online, that's a big lie. They are online. I've been following this session, and yesterday the Facebook lady said the same thing. They are online. They are online, no matter the target audience, no matter how you're targeting, they are online. They might not be in a platform that you're used to, which is fine, it's okay. But just know that they are online. You need to use other platforms to get it. Some people will make decisions when they just see an email. So email marketing is also very key, especially even outside Nigeria. Email marketing is key. If your business is targeting people outside Nigeria, email marketing is very key. We'll get into that anyways. So the disruptive consumer, what do they want? What do the disruptive consumers, what do they want? First, they want to find you. And I've said this here. When someone is looking for something, the first place they go to is Google. They go online to search about this brand, right? And once they didn't see anything about the brand, they just believe that you are not serious. You're not a serious person. I'm serious. They just believe you are not serious. They search you. Once they didn't say anything, when people are not talking about you, they say, no, this ones are not serious. Please, I don't want scammers. Do you understand? They tag it as scammers because you are nowhere to be found. You are invisible. Do you get it? So consumers want to find you. And this is what I said. Don't be invisible. Be everywhere. Even if you have a social media page, please work on your SEO. Even if you have a social media page, work on your SEO. Now, if you go on Google and type 83 resources, you see a lot. You see a lot. And this is because over the years, Mama has built content online, either third-party content or association, a lot of articles written about the business, a lot of pictures online, even on a social media platform. These things work together to help your SEO. So don't just sit and say, I have an Instagram page. If you have an Instagram page, another very interesting place you can use to build your SEO, open a GD account, have a Google My Business page. These are things that help, So even if you have an Instagram account, which is okay, add other things to it to help your SEO. So that once people search, they can easily find you. So you can open a Google My Business account, you can have a page on GG, you can own a website, you can build a website. It's very good. I think you should have a website anyways. Yes. Now, consumers demand trust. Hey, this is very important. Consumers demand trust. That is the disruptive consumers. Now, I got something here. Now, the last few years have been disruptive and difficult, right? And we've gone through pandemic, we've gone through lockdown, the economic issue, there's the Japa syndrome that's currently happening in Nigeria, high cost of food, high cost of living. But our consumers, we have actually come out of this changed in the sense that we are more urgent and more demanding. We are more urgent and more demanding. And I'm sure maybe this must have happened to one or two of you. You want to buy something on Instagram. You sent someone or a vendor a DM and it's taking them 24 hours to respond to that DM. You would not patronize that vendor because you want urgency. I sent you, please respond quickly. You are taking 2 hours, you are taking 24 hours to respond. You are not serious. You are not a serious business person. I mean, and truth is, brands are finding it difficult to keep up. But if you have a very robust digital strategy, and that's why sometimes now you see people hiring social media managers, community managers, content managers, and all that in their team, just so that these things can be in real time, because they want, they want response immediately. And this brings me to my next point. Consumers are getting wiser. Now, before now, what has happened is there's been a lot of false advertising, and I think some people still do it now. False advertising, in the sense that you make a post on Instagram and you see 500,000 likes, 100,000 likes, 2,000 likes, 5,000 likes, and most of the likes are bot likes. Most of the likes are bot likes. Now, you have 5,000 likes and you have 1 comment. Okay? You have 10,000 likes, you have 2 comments. It's suspicious. Very, very suspicious. But people do it. But to them, look, to people, to these consumers, they believe, once they go to my page and they see 5,000 likes, it means people are engaging with me. But these Nigerian consumers now, they walk on air. They will go and no, 5,000 likes and 2 comments. Let me check the likes. You're not asking white people. Okay. Trust me, you have lost that consumer. Forget. You have lost that consumer. So they are getting wiser. You try to do false advertising. You say what you are not. You try to create a personality that you are not, and you get to find out they will be the one to start talking about you. It's fake. Oh, please don't patronize them. They are fake. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So while you're trying to get people to engage with your content, engage with your page, patronize your product, patronize your brand, please don't go into false advertising. People are wiser and they'll find out. And once they find out, that's the end. Now, consumers want conversation. Now, this is very key. Like what I said earlier, you go on DM, you're going to DM a vendor, and the vendor is taking 24 hours to respond to you. That's not a serious vendor. Now, what people have started doing is using chatbots and some AI tools to help in creating conversation, right? On Facebook pages, on Instagram pages, even on websites. You go to some websites today, you see, boom, pops up. You ask your question, there's a response immediately. You ask your question, there's a response immediately. In fact, what I think it's Vodafone in the UK, what they started doing is employ people, real people. So these are not chatbots anymore. Employ people that sit down and respond to you directly. And you have their names, they'll give you their names and this and this and that, you know. And that's why some bank apps started doing that. I think UBA knew, you know, that once you chat, it responds to you. Once you have a question, it responds to you. DSTV has a WhatsApp a platform also. That's how I used to do my subscription. I just chat, respond, take me where I'm going to, and I'm done. This is what consumers want. Now, if you don't have, and I'm sure, I think that's why maybe Meta bought out Facebook for business, so that you can aggregate your platform and just make business interactions immediately, instead of people waiting 2 hours to respond to your message, you know, and all that. So consumers, the disruptive consumers today want conversations. So whatever you are doing, try and bring in conversations into your marketing, and that's why we have conversational marketing right now. Or even if you know ChatGPT, you know that search has gone beyond just this conversational now. You know, it really helps. You know. And this brings the fact that consumers want to engage with interactive content. They want to engage with interactive content. If you can capture the consumer at first glance with your content, you have won that consumer over. And this would have to do with critical thinking of the kind of content you want to put, right? Now, I studied a research from Ugbegua, and it says 77% of marketers reported that interactive content is highly reusable and leads to increased visitor. Interactive content, highly reusable and leads to increased visitor. 73% of marketers agree that content marketing with interactive content enhances message retention. So if your content is interactive, the message will be clear, easy to understand, and sometimes will not be forgettable. Now, today, and I'm sure when you go back, you will remember something, that this is the guy that used Portable for the presentation. That's at the back of your mind. It's at the back of your mind. Portable. That's at the back of your mind. So anyhow you can grab the attention of people, you know, at first glance, is very important for the content creation strategy. I ended this part by saying disruptive consumers demand that companies break the fourth wall and find ways to authentically connect with people. You need to, as the owner of a brand, you need to find a way to connect directly with your consumers, and it has to be authentic. falsehood and all that will not work these days. It will not work at all. It has to be authentic. And this is where personalization comes in. And I'm going to show you some strategies or examples where you can use personalization to attract customers and also even engage customers. You understand? The desire for authentic personal brand interaction isn't going anywhere. People want to interact with the brand. They want the brand to have a face. They want to know who is behind this brand. It's important. Now, and this is why a lot of big organizations use brand ambassadors. They use brand ambassadors because they want a face to be the representation of this brand. Do you understand? If you think of Mattel, you think of Davido, right? That helped during the time when Samsung was using banking. Because you think Samsung, you think banking. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? They humanize that brand, that personal, and this is what a lot of people do these days. Even small brands, I think it's important. If you can't get a brand ambassador, use yourself as a brand ambassador. For the brand, if you can't get a brand ambassador, a lot of brands do that these days, and it's because consumers want that. Next. So today's disruptive consumer expects brands to have personalities. They expect you as a brand owner or the brand itself to have personalities, just like people, and which is why brands associate with people and get brand ambassadors. Humanize your brand. It is important, no matter what you do, can humanize your brand. Don't make it a robot. People hate communicating with robots every time. Do you understand? Because they want you to be able to feel them, feel their pain, give you feedback, take it in, work on it, and show that they actually matter. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It is important to humanize your brand. You understand? Let's move on. So, now that we've talked about what these consumers or these disruptive consumers want, now how do you acquire these guys? What are the strategies to acquire these consumers? Now, there are a lot of strategies, especially when you're talking about digital media space, not just social media, digital media space. There are a lot of them. But I was able to just point 5, right? Because of time. And I think my time is running. So, customer acquisition is the process of getting potential customers to buy your products. Now, a strong customer acquisition strategy is in 3 phases. You attract the leads. Now, you can either attract the lead through the content on your social media page, through your website, how beautiful or nice or sweet your website is, or what people are even saying about you online. There are different ways you can use to attract them. You nurture them by engaging them, right? Then you convert them to customers. Now, when they are customers, they become evangelists to your brand. If you were here when 83 Resources did the opening of this place, you see a lot of brand evangelists because they are now customers that are happy. The brand experience, the customer experience is fantastic. So they just kept saying beautiful things. Now, if anything is always put that online and they see the okay, exactly. So that's now the overall cost of this is what we call the customer acquisition cost. So it's important when you are doing your digital marketing strategy, you ask yourself, how much do I want to spend to acquire one customer? It's very important, and this is what you use to now look at the success or failure of your customer acquisition strategy. I'm doing a campaign now for a brand, the microfinance brand, and every time I look at and we generate leads for the brand, and every time what is in my head is how do I bring the customer acquisition cost lower? What's the cost for generating one lead? What's the cost for acquiring this customer? It's very important. You do that on Facebook, on Google, and other platforms. Next. So, 5 considerations for your customer acquisition plan. These are just considerations. There are a lot of them, but just 5. I'm going to touch on search engine optimization and search engine marketing. I tell people it is important to have a website. Now, a lot of people feel I have a social media page, I don't need a website. Well, it might depend on what you're selling, what you're doing. But even at that, personal brands, even personalities have websites. It's important to have a website. It helps your SEO a lot. It helps your search optimization a lot. People want to go and search and see all about what you do, your company, what do you think about, who is the person behind the company, who is that person itself. So if George is the MD of the company, who is he? What has he done? You know, what is his track record? Very, very important, right? So SEO is good for customer acquisition. I also talked about the real estate company that I helped to make sales using SEO or SEM. There's SEO, search engine optimization, or search engine marketing. Now, SEO is organic, with your content, with the responsiveness of your platform, and your keywords and other things. Your SEO can be great. But for SEM, you have to pay for particular keywords, so that once they type or search those keywords, your brand pops up, right? Content marketing is also very key. Now, creating new, exciting, and relevant content is very effective. Now, which is why I talked about Portable. They keep creating content, and now he has gotten more fans than when he started. And this is because some people are just connecting with the guy. They say that this guy is real, he's our kind of person. You understand? So content marketing is also very key. Do you understand? Creating relevant content. Now, this content might not just be on your social media page alone, your website. You can have a blog section on your website where you create educative content on your blog section of your website, if you have a website. And the blog section of your website is a very key advantage to make your SEO come up. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So it's not just necessarily on your social media page. If you have a website, you can have a blog section on your website where you create articles, educative tips once a week. If you have a LinkedIn page, you can do that regularly. It really helps, you know, if you want to attract customers. Now, influencer marketing. Very, very key. Now, partnering with people who have large following on social media platforms helps your brand. Partnering with people who have large following on social media platforms help your brand. It helps you acquire more people, it helps you attract people to your brand, and also helps you even drive sales. I've done this before, it has worked for me, it has worked for brands that I've worked with, and more brands in this 2023 would be using influencer marketing to drive customer acquisition and also drive sales. Now, social media advertising, I'm sure we all do this, right? We have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you know, you advertise, you do sponsored content on social media. Video marketing is very key. Now, one beautiful thing about Instagram is Instagram Reels and Instagram Live. When I was watching the lady yesterday, I was just excited because, yes, this is something I've been saying. Instagram Reels, Instagram Stories, Instagram Live, very, very key, you know. And also YouTube these days is huge. So I was in a consultation for an HR consultant 2 days ago, and I asked her, I said, you don't have a YouTube channel, why? And he said, well, people on YouTube, what they go and look for is gossip, skits, comedy. Obviously, because she doesn't know that YouTube is very key. You can do educative content on YouTube, and people will connect with it. They will definitely connect with it. People go on YouTube to search how to. They go on YouTube to search how to prepare for an interview, how to write a comprehensive CV. These are content, and I was going to say, John, that's cool. I said, yeah. But you already have at the back of your mind that everybody that goes to YouTube, go and check whether Shaggy and Mr. Macaroni. And because, obviously, maybe that's what she does. Maybe that's exactly what she goes for, or what you over film, or, you know. But people actually go on YouTube to search. There's something I learned that I use for my work today, and I learned it on YouTube, just sitting there 2 nights, and I was just checking videos over again, and I learned it. So it's very key. YouTube is a platform you can use for video marketing. How do you engage these guys? Now, you've done all these strategies. Now, other strategies, we have other strategies, email marketing, there's a lot, right? But I just mentioned 5. You've gotten these customers. How do you engage these customers now? How do you engage them? Now, customer engagement involves, what's this?
That's you on we move it up.
Yes, please. That's cool. Wow. So customer engagement is the approach your brand takes to build genuine relationship with your customers. Genuine relationship with your customers. Some people do this using the personality of the brand, right? I'm going to use it as an example also. Mama engage the customers directly. Genuine relationship. So when there's genuine relationship, and the customers can know that this relationship is they will remain there, they are not going anywhere. Because the Nigerian disruptive customers want to feel like they matter. So you are giving them that, pride that you matter to my business. So they engage them genuinely. However, if your business is so big, very big, you can't do that personal, why not have a CRM platform that you can use on birthdays? Banks do it. Banks do it on birthdays, they send you happy birthday, blah blah blah. Although, we have not gotten to a point where we move from that to another. We're going to share something that we can do. So what they just do is use SMS, bulk SMS or email. It's still part of it. Some people feel they love things like that their bank is sending them happy birthday. This bank. There's a guy on Instagram that did a skit at some point. He went to the bank and says, "You didn't wish me happy birthday on my birthday," and he wants to move his money. And everyone was looking, So it's very important. Now, so how do you now engage? For that, PwC created a report and said 73% of people say customer experience is a top deciding factor when it comes to buying or patronizing a business. Now, which means that the way you engage your customers, no matter the business you do, small or big business, the way you engage a customer should be priority if you want to attract your audience, if you want to attract and even build sales. The way your customer experience is 100%, is 100. It needs to be top of your list. You understand? Next. Now, what are some of the strategies, right, you can use? First, start an online community. Now, these days, people use platforms like Telegram to start a community where they share, solutions and ideas about their business. Let me give an example. The HR consultant I was talking about, she has a Telegram channel and is very, 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 very active. So when there's a recruitment she wants or something or a survey she's doing, for a company and that, she just jump in there, people respond, and you can build a community based on what you do, right? And use that to engage. Now this community can be existing customers or even past customers or new customers, because people will share these things. Do you understand? It's very important. NSPPD has done it. They have a community now. NSPPD, if you need one, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. So user-generated content is also very key. User-generated content is also very key. Request feedback from them, respond to the feedback, right? Once they are posting, so maybe someone buys a shoe, right? And he posts it on Instagram. You can say, "Oh, can I share this on my page?" Share, request reviews, post these reviews, let people see it, so that they can see that people are actually talking about you. And if you post a fake review and they find out, I said it, that's the end. You have lost that customer. Do you understand? So while you are doing all these things, try not to do false advertising or false content just to drive the engagement. Now, create personalized marketing offers. So, for example, someone's birthday, right? And the person was my customer. Someone has done this to me before, and they just remain with the person, keep buying stuff with the person. And during my birthday, I don't know this person before. I just met the person on Instagram, and I purchased something. And on my birthday, I just got a DM and said, "Sir, happy birthday! Thank you for your patronage. We are giving you 50% discount today because it's your birthday." Yeah? How do you know it's my birthday? Okay, I posted it on Instagram. So obviously the person was following me, right? And so it's Mr. John's birthday. Interesting. Okay, what can we do? And they gave me an offer, and I jumped on it. And look, since that day, I keep buying things from the person. That's personalized marketing. Now you can use CRMs to do things like that. Customer relations management softwares to do things like that. You understand? To drive that engagement. And once that experience is very key for them, I'm telling you, they are going nowhere. Yes, next. I talked about conversational marketing. Then you can also run social media contests or campaigns. A lot of big brands do this. They run campaigns where they say, take a picture of this phone, put it online, you know, blah, 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 blah. The first share of this, you win something, you know, all those things. You can think about something like that and run it. I can do a training on how you can build a social media campaign. It's a full day training. You know, there's a lot that goes into this, you know. Make the most of live videos also. You can do live videos, interact with your customers, interact with your consumers directly. I'm watching. Now, collaborate with brand influencers. I talked about influencers. Now, influencers, if you want to use macro influencers, they might be quite expensive. So you can use nano influencers. People that have 5,000 followers, 3,000 followers. Could be this guy, could be you, could be anybody, right? But they have influence in their small space. You can partner with them and say, okay, push this thing for me, and I give you maybe ₦1 for every purchase. These guys that do it by one expert, they do it a lot. So you'll be watching all these comedy skits, and they just come up with one expert, right? So one expert has used influencer marketing effectively. When Patricia came up also, Patricia used influencer marketing effectively. You understand? It's very, very key. You know, they use it to engage. You say, use my code, use this code, you know, to buy this, to do this, you know, and it works. Now, use an omni-channel approach. What is an omni-channel? Omni-channel is the fact that you are creating an engagement strategy across channels. So you are not just creating an engagement strategy on Facebook alone, or on Instagram alone. On Facebook, even on your website, you know, people go there, they participate in the campaign. On your Instagram, on your Facebook, on TikTok, it's happening. You understand? You use it so that everywhere your customers are, they can engage with your brand. Yes, so this brings me to my last part. What are some tools you can use to help your brand in 2023? Very interesting tools, anyways. Next, please. So, I'm going to talk about each of these tools. I hope I have time.
Please do. But once again, I just want to ask question previously.
I hope I have the time. So, I'll just touch on them. Please, just give me one. I'll just touch on them. Now, SEMrush is a powerful marketing tool. Now, SEMrush helps with your content creation, and also your SEO. Now, if you want to understand the keywords that works with your brand on Google, or the type of content you should create, SEMrush will help you. If you also want to have analytics on a particular type of content online, SEMrush will help you. Now, analytics, in the sense that you want to know this content, what is the reach, how many people have shared this content, you know, and all that. SEMrush will help you. If you also want to do an email campaign, SEMrush will help you. It's a very powerful tool. In fact, it's like a whole marketing department, from analytics to CRM to SEO to content development, content ideas, and all that. SEMrush is key for you. Now, for Google Analytics, you have a website. Every website today should have Google Analytics attached to that website, because it's important to understand what people that are coming to your website, what are they looking into, what are they looking for, what is interesting to them, how long they spend on a particular page, right? Google Analytics will help you with that. You also want to calculate my social media campaign. How is it driving traffic to my website? Google Analytics can help you do that. You understand? It helps you measure all those things to make informed marketing decisions. Now, Google AdWords is a digital marketing professional resource. If you want to do YouTube advert campaign, Google display campaign, search campaigns, remarketing campaigns, mobile advertising, you'll be playing with your mobile phone and you see an ad just pop up. You know, Google Ads will enable you to do that, right? Copy AI, as it says, copy. You want to write copies, captions for your Instagram page, captions for your post on Facebook. You are trying to develop copies for your website. Copy AI is very good. Then I recently found out that ChatGPT is the best thing that has happened in 2023. If you use ChatGPT, you know that yes, if you want to find answers to almost anything, anyways, ChatGPT will give you. It's OpenAI, was developed by OpenAI, right? Canva, we all know Canva. We want to create graphics, simple graphics, Canva will do that. Click type. Now, you see some animated videos online, animated social videos online, right? And you ask yourself, I can't do this thing, it's too expensive. If I go and meet an animator, it's going to help you. This is an AI tool that will make you do animations for your social media page. It's an AI tool to help you create the animated text, animated graphics for your social media page. Look at, now you have a brand, you want to develop a logo, you are not a graphic designer. Please use Looker. Looker will help you create fantastic logos and even put those logos in brand elements, shirts, complementary cards, letterheads and all that to help you. It's an AI tool, very powerful. Now, audience. Audience helps to segment your audience online for a particular brand. Say for example, I'm a real estate brand, right? And I want to see what people are talking about the real estate industry, right? Audience will segment them, just like it, to segment them. These are the people talking about expensive real estate. You can get the analytics. These are the people talking about luxury living. They want to enjoy themselves, you know. Audience help you segment that. Now, HubSpot is a powerful CRM tool, you know, for email marketing, for customer engagement. Now, with HubSpot, you can send SMS, birthday messages, emails to your customers. You know, you can also do email campaigns with HubSpot. Very powerful. A lot of international organizations use it. Shopify. We all know Shopify. You want to have an e-commerce website quickly, right? You're selling different types of shoes or phones and all that. And you want to have a simple e-commerce website. It's on Shopify to create an e-commerce platform for you. Bosumo. Bosumo is a content and influencer marketing tool that you use to track and also evaluate the reach of a content or the influence of an influencer. I don't know if you read that makes sense. You want to know how influential an influencer is. Because everybody's an influencer now. You go to their Instagram, look like the influencer. But you want to know the influence of an influencer or the influence of the reach of a content or how a content is doing online. Use Possible. Next. Okay, I'll stop there. Thank you very much.
Okay, do we have
Yes, questions?
What about us in the
Yes, I want to.
Thank you very much for that wonderful session. So what's your take on using the same content on several platforms?
I mean, so which is why, I mean, there was no time, I would have talked about audience profiling.
I'll talk about it now because we're in between.
Okay. It is important to understand the audience for your platform, which is why I talked about for your website, for example, right? You need to have analytics on your website so you can track the content people engage more with on your website. So if I have a blog post talking about, say maybe I'm in health and nutrition, right? And I have a blog post talking about how to lose belly fat, right? And I also have another blog post that talks about eating healthy. Now, and after 1 month, I go to my website, the analytics, and I realize that I have more people, right, checking how to lose belly fat. It simply means that there are a lot of people who want that content on my website. Do you understand? Now, if I put those two same content in a video on my Instagram page, and I also realize that the views or the analytics on my Instagram page is saying people say how to lose belly fat or how to, what's the second one again? How to lose belly fat and how to eat healthy. And I realized that how to eat healthy, people are engaging more with how to eat healthy. Do you understand? Based on my analytics that I've done on my platform, right? I have no business putting these two contents at the same place. The reason being because I want to engage people here. There's a different type of audience in this place, right? There's a different type of audience in this place. Do you understand? And I want to engage them. If I'm doing a campaign, the way I'm going to pass this message on Facebook or on my website is different. And it's the same campaign, don't get me wrong. But it's different from the way I'm going to pass this message on Instagram. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So, well, if it's just a generic content, they're talking about yourself, talking about your brand, yeah, you can put it across. But if it's a content to engage the audience, right? You need to understand what do the audience want. And that's why a lot of brands do social media analytics. They have tools to use. You can use Social Blade. Social Blade is one tool to use for analytics. You can use brand mention. Brand mention is another tool you can use for analytics. You understand? You understand, okay, this is my audience between this age and this age. This is what they like. This is the content that's performing better than this. Some analytics, you will see that videos are performing better than images or text. Some, you will see that people connect more with these graphics than this video. Do you understand? So it's important you look at the analytics on the social media page before putting out content. Do you understand? Thank you.
Question. Is somebody want to ask?
He said something about customers preferring to interact with like a face, a human face, rather than talking with a robot. But you know, is that a Nigerian thing? Because the robots are more like we have Leo, I think.
Yes, yes.
Do you think Nigerians get to that stage where they actually prefer,
So let me tell you what I said there. There are a lot of big brands. There are big brands, right? That, I mean, you can, for you be Whiskey is the brand ambassador, right? They use Whiskey to attract customers. So they partner with Whiskey, right? As a brand ambassador. People love Whiskey, right? But you don't expect Whiskey to be chatting with you on the phone. So what they try to do is to use AI tools like Leo, right? To create that engagement. But they know, and you also know that, I mean, this is a robot, right? At the end of the day, there's a way you will get to a point with Leo, it will pass you through to a customer service rep. There's at a point, it will pass you through to a customer service rep. Now you're engaging with someone. Do you understand? But if your business is not that big, I think it's best to engage directly with them. If you have a big business, it is important. That's bots, it's like a stop block. Say, okay, for a while, before they now pass you to someone. But if you are not a big business, say you just own an Instagram business, please, direct engagement. They want to engage with you directly. You understand? Yeah.
So alright, thank you. Thank you very much for this section. So I have 2-3 questions. So the first is on backlinks.
On what?
Backlinks.
What are backlinks?
The importance of backlinks in your SEO.
Oh, yeah.
Then the second question is a bit more on PPC.
Okay.
So in terms of budgeting, and probably I sell shoes online, how do I fine-tune my strategy in line with my budget? To say, okay, maybe I have $200 and I want to run adverts. Then the third one is, how do I put it right now? Is I think let's just work on those 2 first.
Okay.
Then
Great. First.
and before you even move to that, in addition, because it's a similar question. So this whole targeting business and with regard to how to approach it, like just speak about it in a bit detail, because we both know how I need to call you to say, Georgie, what is going on here? Like, how do I maximize? There's a very key question is asked. How do I maximize budget versus audience?
Okay, so yesterday I was listening to Ralph, and he mentioned something about A/B testing.
Yes, A/B testing.
That's very key to understanding your audience and how you apportion your budgets. It's very key. Now, why I don't really do that is because I've done a lot of brands, so I can understand, I can picture and say, okay, this is this. But for a new brand, it's important you do A/B testing. Now, A/B testing, what it will do for you to make you understand the content people are engaging with, the type, the audience they are, and how much you can spend to achieve this. Say, for example, I can do an A/B testing for $100 or $50 or even $20, right? Now, in that A/B testing, I realized that my $20 with this content reach 1 million people. Do you understand? Now, I do another A/B testing and I realize my $20 with different targeting, right? My $20 reach 100,000 people. Do you understand? But I want to reach this particular audience with 1 million naira. You get? Just follow me. There are 2 sets of audience that I'm testing. Do you understand? Now, one, I'm using $20 and I'm getting an impression of 1 million impression, right? Another set of audience, I use $20 and I'm getting 100,000 impressions for that $20, right? But the one that is getting me 100,000 impressions, that's my key audience that I want to reach. And I want to spend $100 for this campaign. It has actually given me how I'm going to make it. It simply means that $20 per day for 5 days, that's $100, right? It's giving me 1 million impressions. 100,000 impressions, right? So it simply means that I'm going to get 500,000 impressions. That's a breakdown, a simple breakdown of how you can apportion your budget. I don't know if it's
No,
clear.
so it's complex.
It's complex.
Sorry. So to that, what you explained now, if my objective is for awareness creation, then impression can be what I'm targeting. But
Yes.
if it's for sales, like I need real people to take
Call to action.
exactly call
Yes.
to action for
Yes.
them to purchase.
Yes.
Exactly. Can you explain
Okay.
the strategy around that?
Okay, so fantastic. I want to generate leads for sales.
Yes.
Do you understand? There's an action you'll have to take, which is your call to action. Right? Now, the call to action can be click, and it can be clicked to a landing page where they fill the form,
Yes.
or I can pay when that form is filled only. I can pay for them to click, that's CPC.
Yes.
Right? I can pay for them to click. So for every click, go take $0.12. Now, I can pay for acquisition. What is acquisition? They fill that form.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Now, for every acquisition, take this. And mind you, cost per acquisition is more expensive than cost per click. Do you understand? So the objective is first. You understand the objective. I want people to click and just read about our website. I want people to click and fill this form. I'm going to do cost per acquisition. That's CPA. You understand? And you can, CPA varies. And that's why when they say when you do PPC campaign, you don't just set it up and go and sleep. Because it's bidding. You understand? Today, you can use 0.12. Tomorrow, it can be 0.15. Next tomorrow, it can be 0.09. So you check the bidding regularly to adjust, which is getting you more CPAs, which is getting you more CPC and all that. There is no standard rate or standard set that you do for every campaign and you believe you have set it up. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yes.
It doesn't work that way. So it's important you do the check. What I do most times is I go and do some search, and I look at, if I'm using keywords, for example, say I'm doing SEO and I'm using keywords, right? There's what we call the keyword planner on Google Ads, right? With the keyword planner, I can actually see the bidding for each keyword, the estimate bidding for each keyword, right? And I can know, okay, this is 0.1 to 0.5 dollars. That's the estimate bid cost for this keyword. Let me use 0.3. Let me be at the middle. Do you understand? I don't want to go low because Google wants to make money too anyway. So they won't. But I'm in the middle, so I can either pay 0.5, as high as 0.5, or as low as 0.1, depending on the bidding for that day or for that period of time. Do you understand? So that's how it works.
What about the backlinks?
So now, backlinks is so important because of your content. Now, what I do most times is I become ghostwriters to different platforms. When I write or I do an article on a website, right? I post that same article, and if you notice it, I post that same article on a place like Nireland. The reason why I do that on Nireland is because Nireland has high page ranking on Google, right? So it simply means, and once I type the story, Nireland comes up. Now, Nireland comes up, and because I post that link there, the link to my website is also there. So people can go from Nireland to my website. That's a backlink. Do you understand? And that helps your SEO a lot. You get what I'm trying to say? So you can share those content on different platforms with high page ranking, and it will help you generate a lot of backlinks. And that's why you see a site like Linda Ikeji. What does help Linda Ikeji is a lot of backlinks. If Linda Ikeji posts a story today, you see a lot of other smaller blogs picking those stories, right, and referencing Linda Ikeji. So once you click, it takes you back to Linda Ikeji. It helps boost the SEO. Most times, what bloggers do is they have one big blog, Then they now create smaller blogs, right, to help them build their backlinks and their SEO. Yes.
I want to ask one more question,
Yes.
if you don't mind. So because as an SME, right, so we, in terms of targeting, as I don't know if you can just, explain a little bit more how you narrow down your target, because most times you just run an advert and you're not getting anything. So in terms of targeting, location-based, gender-based, occupation,
Well,
it's just
so first and foremost,
yeah.
where are you targeting from? Is it Instagram? Is it Facebook? Is it Google?
It's Facebook for us.
Great. Now, Facebook, I think Facebook has made targeting so easy. Really. And beauty about Facebook is you can do A/B testing to check which targeting works. You can target based on age. You can target based on location, even as to miles. Say, Ikoyi, Limonjoku. That's what I want, right? You can target based on sex, right? Gender. You can also target based on people that already like the page. You get? So sometimes you can just do targeting in such that I want same type of people that are already liking my page. I want my ads to reach them. Or I want people that don't like my page, that are not already liking my page. I want to meet them. Do you understand? Based on the location, you can target people that are in that location or are interested to be in that location. It's all based on what you want, really. It's based on what you want. You get? But now you also need to bear in mind that when you narrow targeting too much, it reduces the reach of your campaign. Sometimes it also takes longer for the campaign to even be approved because they will need to check all those things critically. So it's actually based on what you want, really. Facebook has made targeting very easy to reach your exact audience. You understand? So that's it. That's basically. So which is why we advise that you do a lot of A/B testing first, 1 or 2 days, to understand which is working, which of the targeting is working. So you can do a targeting and say, I want 35 to 50 years people living in Ikeja or Lagos, Abuja, right? But I want people that are like the audience of my page. You can do another one and say, I want people that are not like the audience on my page, right? And run those adverts for 1 or 2 days and see which one is reaching more people. Then the one that is reaching more people, you go with it on your campaign. You understand? Yeah.
Any other questions?
Our next speaker is stuck in traffic, so we can take 1 or 2 more. George is our friend. He'll be happy. We're locking him here to hold this.
Good morning, everyone. Elvis, I wanted to ask you, I know SEO takes on average 6 to 9 months.
That's continuous. It doesn't feel. Yes.
How do you manage client expectations at this point in time?
That's a very critical question. That's a very critical question.
For SEO, it takes a while to get results. So, and for the client, they want to see results from day one.
No.
How do you manage that expectation?
First thing is to educate them about SEO. Yes. I've been doing SEO for TVC for the last 3-4 years. It's continuous. You can't stop SEO. So some international companies will have SEO manager. You can't stop it. Because look, if you stop it and relax, another platform will come and overtake it. They keep working on it, and you have to be working on your content. The algorithm change every time. How Google see keywords change every time. Now there's a fight between getting people to accept cookie or not to accept cookie. That fight is already going on. Privacy issues going on. So they will change the algorithm again. You have to understand how that algorithm works. Then work on it. What kind of keywords to use? How number of keywords to use on your headline. See, just educate them. And this is the problem. This is the Nigerian problem actually. It's a Nigerian problem. When your client will come and say, I want to do SEO, and they want in 2 months, they want to be number 1. What about the people that have been there for 5 years? What happens to them? So what I do is educate them. The client that I do SEO for, they understand and they know. And they know it's a continuous thing. It's a war, it's a battle. You have to keep creating content regularly, keep helping them, keep looking at the back end, your metadata, your images, your alt key, all those things, your backlinks. It has to be a consistent thing. And that's why you use tools like SMrush to help you analyze your site every time to see what you can change, what you can change. You understand? It's very important. Very, very important. But you will see clients like that, don't worry. Once you see them, just educate them. The ones that want to do SEO will do SEO. The ones that don't want to do it.
Okay, so I have a question as regards to targeting.
Yes.
Okay, so oftentimes maybe I visit Jumia, I see a bag that I like, but I don't buy it at a time. The moment when I open a page or I open a package or something, the picture of the bag is chasing me all around on the internet. How does that work?
Okay, so the targeting works with the platform and Google Ads, Google AdWords.
Okay.
Now, when you are doing the targeting, when you set up the targeting on Google AdWords, it gives you a code. Now, that code is, you place that code at the back end of the site, at the code section of the site. You understand? Now, if you are visiting and you pick, say maybe a shoe, because the code is already there, and because see, Google, the machine learning technology on Google is top notch. Let's give it to them, right? They already know your interests in that bag, and they keep following you everywhere. So far, that platform has Google AdSense installed on the site. So it's a code that Google, you set it up on Google AdWords, the code is sent to you, you put that code at the back end of the site, and that's how it works.
Follows you.
It follows you.
Everywhere.
Yes.
Interesting.
I think we should give
That's a question.
My question is,
Take,
my question is similar to his, but it's for social media. So you see some clients, they say they want to sell, and maybe they have like 10 followers. They say they want to sell. I want to sell my books. I want to sell my books. In situations like that, because we know that there are processes from awareness to engagement before there is conversion. So how do you manage that? And I have another question. As SMEs, when you're starting a business, do you start the business and start the online, like start the building online, or you just start the business and just wait for some time before you go online, or you start it simultaneously?
Okay, so let me start with the first question. The first question, you have a page, low followers, please do sponsored promotion. Just do sponsored promotion. You can see if you get your targeting right, it's sponsored promotion. People will check and see 10 followers, know that. But this is where your content matters, right? Your engagement matters because people write comment on the promotion. How are you responding to those comments, right? If you have reviews of some of the things you've done before, you can put it. Yeah, but do sponsored promotion. Invest on it. It's not so expensive. Do you understand? It's not expensive. You can actually make sales on social media with sponsored promotion. A lot of people have done it. I've done it for a lot of people, and it works. So it doesn't matter if you have 200 followers, and this is the pressure a lot of people face, and they go and buy fake followers. Yeah, it's the pressure a lot of people face, and they buy fake followers. And they buy fake followers. People now go to the page, 1,000 followers, 2 likes, 5,000 followers, 1 like. They go and check the followers. They just get it. I'm serious. They just lose interest. Really. So start with it. It will grow once people like your content. So it matters a lot. So what I see a lot of people do, they do a bag. They don't even take professional picture for the bag. They just do shabby things and just put it. And content matters. Sponsor those content regularly. Put a budget for every week. I'm going to spend 10,000 naira on sponsored content. You will make a sale. If your targeting is very right, you will make a sale. What's the next question again? Do you start online, or you start offline, or you start both? You're already doing a business. You can just start it. You can just start both together like that. Just start online and continue doing your sales, your offline sales. Just do it together. Don't wait for some time, and people are already doing that business and they will overtake you. Do you understand? So just do it. Open your page. Start creating content on the page. Make sure your graphics is okay. That's why there's Canva. Do very simple, solid, neat graphics. If you want to do animation, use ClickCharm. Go on ClickCharm, do your animation, put it. Just make the content very interactive, and you will get.
There's an online question.
Online question on Zoom. Francis Olatukos wants to know why your ads will be restricted on Instagram
and how to resolve that?
Your ad can be restricted if your payment is not going, right? And there's also the policy violation that people don't read, on these platforms. The kind of ads you can do, the kind of keywords you can use, the kind of things you can say, right? If you violate those things, your ad will not go. Your account can be restricted if your payment is not going, your card has issues. And I know Facebook has issues with Nigerian cards now, but they've resolved it really. There's a way you do it that you can credit your Facebook business account with your Nigerian card and use it to run your ads, right? So if you can do that and pay for ads that has gone, But if you violate the payment policy, the content policy of this platform, your ad will definitely be restricted. But you can also fight or send a message to them about it.
Sorry, good morning everyone. Let's put it this way. When I started the online business, I got followers. So like from now, I think it's the first mistake I made from listening to you. It's the first mistake I made. And in a way, I think it's impacted on my sales online, of course, because that trust value looks like it wasn't there. So now, how do I correct that? Like, how do I get rid of those followers and have my organic ones?
Well, how many fake followers have you got? Please. No, people will check it, people will see it. Well, I think what you can do is try and grow organic. Now, do a lot of sponsor promotion to grow so that the organic followers would be more than the fake followers.
Now, another
Because, except,
Sorry, can't you just delete them?
no, you can't delete followers.
you can't. I can't go. And if I was not following, I can unfollow.
You can unfollow.
They are following.
You can't delete followers.
Oh, because the business with that, I can delete followers from my page. Actually delete.
No, you unfollow.
You unfollow them, but they can unfollow you.
You
But I
unfollow.
can block them.
That should be there.
You just take it there.
Business meaning.
I have to go back. Then I think another mistake I made with the sponsored ads, I think I wasn't trying to create the awareness. I think I was just trying to aim for sales, like just message. So I think that was like another mistake.
Yes, it is. So what people do, right, when they do sponsored ads is they are in order to sell, right? They don't pay attention to the content and the targeting. You can even do an awareness campaign that people would see your content, really like it, and send you a DM directly. Do you understand? And engage with that directly. There's too much hurry, which is okay. It's not bad. If your targeting is good with the right budget, yeah. So whenever you are doing awareness, your content has to be very, 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 very interesting. Because like I said, once you get the attention in the first glance, that's it. That's all you do. And the customer experience has to be top notch.
Because I think I make more sales offline than online.
No, you can make a lot of sales online. Yes.
I think most of my sales are offline.
You can make a lot of sales online. Do your targeting, use your keywords for interest. For example, what you said.
Trip squares.
Thrift wears.
Yeah.
Thrift wears. There are a lot of people that look for thrift wears on Instagram. You just type thrift wears and you see a lot of pages, right? While you're checking those pages, you have to pop up because it's the algorithm now. Once you're interested in something and Instagram has seen that, you check this thing 2-3 times, it just pop up to you, boom, and you start asking yourself, what's going on? Even let me give you an instance. My wife sometimes will be thinking of something, she's just thinking about it and it's already there. And she comes to me like, this witchcraft.
We've had that argument before, but it's not. I think this is the thing with AI and your voice. Once your mic is on and you say something, probably you're interested in real estate and you're like, that property for Lekki. It has a way of...
For every phone now, there's Google Voice Search.
Yeah.
For every phone, there's Google Voice. See, Google they are so powerful. What you are thinking, they know. They just serve it to you. Yeah, they know. They know and they'll serve it to you. So it's witchcraft. It's not witchcraft. You have talked about it. Somehow, you have gone to research about it somewhere. And that's why it's coming up on your phone.
Okay, guys, I know if I don't stop you, you won't free George. The remaining questions, you have to pay for the answer. Yeah? Guys, George, I must thank you profusely. Again, I have to keep reminding, especially for whoever's listening online, that we promised to bring you the best of the industry experts that can serve you in terms of the tips, the tricks, the trends, the tactics, the strategies that you can deploy to move your business from point A to point C, not A to B. So the better for you that you have listened and you can execute some of these strategies on your own. But if you can't, please, Mr. Dashboard here will happily charge you to take you to the next level. So George, it's not about the pillow, it's about you're a great guy. You're fantastic. ATP resources can never forget you. And honestly, if at any time I recommend a digital marketing expert, you need George of Dashboard Innovation. Not only is he integrous, he's curious, he's creative, he's spirited, he's everything you need a creative person to be. And he will deliver on